Hey Schneider Niders. Guess what I got today? An odd brown package that's book-shaped. It's beautiful. I love it. That's a little. That's okay. Violet Haberdasher. Ugh, that is epic. Thank you, Robin. If I can't see my face, and me now you can. Scoot back. So, coming in March, a new series by Violet Haberdasher. I guess this is like the preliminary bookmark that she signed. That's really cool. And then I guess gives us the back cover, and then this is must be the official Nightly Academy bookmark. It's double-sided. It's here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Violet Haberdasher. Signed copy of Nightly Academy. It's so pretty. I love it. Bang, bang! Hey Schneiders, it's Tuesday, and we are doing our full Nightly Academy reviews. Quick thing about the book, or what my feelings on the book as a whole. This is not one of those books that you read and you feel it's amazing, and you know, you're in love with it, and then the next day, it's out of your mind. I kind of tricked you there, didn't I? Yeah, I was going to say something bad. No, this is one of those books that you read that's amazing and incredible, and then the next day, after you've finished it, you still think it's amazing and incredible, and, you know, 2 weeks later, you're still thinking about the book. It stays with you. That's kind of what Nightly Academy is. It always leaves you wanting more, which is better, considering that this is a trilogy. Kidding, of course. No, it is a trilogy. And, you know, it leaves you waiting for Nightly Academy 2, where I'm sure there will be so much more wonderful misdeeds. Yeah. And it's really just a great introductory novel to the series. I'm sure the second one will go over just as well. Second, my feelings on the characters. As far as the characters go, I was really, surprised at how good they are. You've got those characters, Theobald, Valmont, Lord Havelock, those characters you love to hate, they're in there. They're really good. I like them a lot. Valmont especially, because he's really a round character as opposed to Theobald, who can be more flat, which is fine, because, you know, that's kind of Theobald. Valmont starts as being really toxic, and then he lightens up a bit, then he gets more toxic, and then it's just the progression of Valmont is really, really interesting, and I really like how it's done. And I can't wait to see more of him in Nightly Academy 2. How he plays out. This is kind of bad guys. Sir Frederick is a wonderful saboteur. I did not see it coming until Henry started, you know, reconsidering things in whatever chapter. Oh, I'm out of breath. Am I talking fast? I'm probably talking fast. I'm so excited that I'm talking fast, but I'm out of breath. Yeah, Sir Frederick is wonderful. I did not see him coming as a saboteur. Robin wrote him really, really well. Sir Frederick. I'm just kind of patting my book. I should probably be holding it up to show you. Yes. The protagonists, Henry, Adam, Rohan, Frankie, wonderful, wonderful characters. Totally different, which is like, sometimes you'll see those protagonists with their friends and they're all kind of the same person, just wrapped up a little bit differently. These are four totally different people. You know, the kind of love triangle that goes on is terribly interesting, of course. But, you know, we don't know. There was nothing written in stone. You know, we have no idea what's going to happen there, which again leaves you wanting more. Yeah, the characters are great. I found myself not liking Adam a little bit in the first couple, 10, 15 chapters. But in the last 100 pages, he really started to grow on me. And I really liked how he kind of showed his bare emotion. Later when Rohan got expelled and when his necklace got stolen, when he was about to get expelled. So yeah, I wasn't really too keen on Adam, but then I really started to like him. And then, you know, Rohan, he's my favorite besides Henry. How could Henry not be your favorite? I mean, really, you know. The book cover's coming off a little bit. Yeah, because I probably identify most with Rohan. Anybody who knows me could tell you how, you know, goody two-shoes I am. But yeah, those are the characters. Frankie, hilarious, of course. The wonderful Frankie of Misdeeds. Yeah, can't wait to see more of her. Third, the setting. The story world that is created in Knightley Academy is probably one of my favorite story worlds seen, because it's such a wonderful mesh of the reality in which we're presented with, as well as fantasy. It talks about Earth. I'm saying Earth is the world that we live in, so if I mentioned that a couple times, I hope you know what I mean. Because it talks... Ooh, kind of fell off my chair, my arm. Ooh. Because it talks about, you know, France and Italy and Spanish and the languages they have to learn, and ancient history, of course. So it is, in a sense, the reality of the reader. But then at a totally different time, it takes place in a society that still uses knights on a daily basis, and then the Nordlands, which is this semi-socialistic, strict society, strict country that has looming war with. We don't really know where Knightley Academy is, do we? Does it say? Am I just having a total brain fart here? With wherever Knightley Academy is. Oh, we don't know, do we? We probably do. I'm just forgetting. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't really think about that till now. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's this two societies that are out of the ordinary for us as readers, and meshed together with our everyday reality, which I think is just done so well. It's one of my favorite story worlds created in a novel. Just how it's presented and how wonderfully collaborated. I'm not going to attempt to say collaborated. Wow, I'm good. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Kind of being redundant. So yeah. And then last but not least, I have a few of my favorite quotes from this book that kind of exemplify the main themes, as well as the characters that are in them. Okay, 423. Adam and Henry have come to confront Sir Frederick that he, in fact, has been sabotaging them. And this is one of my favorite quotes. It's so well done. "What is it you've come to see me about?" Sir Frederick asked, his eyes glittering, daring Henry to say the words out loud, to give them power, to make it real. Wow. That's an incredible quote. It talks so much about both Sir Frederick and Henry, about Henry's fears, about how this is all going to be a dream, he's going to wake up, about how he's being sabotaged by his mentor. Can you imagine that? Someone you really look up to and you consider yourself friends with just stabbing you in the back? That's wow. That's really, it speaks so much to give them power, to make it real. It's really well done. One of my favorite quotes, very dramatic, really spoke to me. Perhaps that's why. Really, I'm just kind of speechless about how epicness it is. Okay, let's see if I can find the other quote. I had to take my bookmarks out because this is the third time I filmed this video because my camera is not being nice. Oh, here we go. Yes. Adam, Henry, and Rohan, this is earlier in the book, page 152. And they're going to get strawberry tarts from Lisa. He looked down at his uniform. Henry, of course. The sleeves of his shirt rolled, his tie loose and flapping. It didn't matter if his uniform was in tatters. It still bore the crest of Knightley Academy and the stripe that showed how many years he was from earning his knighthood. This, I think, really speaks about the theme of the book itself. How, you know, I might be overanalyzing this, but how his uniform in tatters is a metaphor for him being in tatters at the Midsummer School for Boys. How he was just a lowly servant, and he was nothing to anybody. And then he comes to Knightley Academy, and you know what? He probably still has that servant mentality, but nothing. But now his whole life has changed. He may not be a noble or an aristocrat son, but he wears the same crest that those boys do. He is still destined to become a knight, just like they are. So, you know, he may not be used to all this, but in the end, the outcome is one and the same. You know, you can be totally different than somebody and yet be so similar. So, I think that really speaks a lot about the theme, how you have to look at both, instead of just looking mainly at the bad, and and blah blah blah, and self-pitying yourself so much. You have to look at the good as well. So, if you haven't bought this book, read it, buy it, get it, own it, love it. The end.